Imagine taking a job you've done 100 times before. Routine, efficient, clean. But the moment you pull the trigger and think the job's done, the man you shot climbs out of his own skin, transforms into something impossible, and comes crawling straight for you. And then you realize you weren't hired to kill someone, you were hired to be dinner. This is the story of how one hitman turned the tables on the woman who set him up and made her wish she'd never been born. The old farmhouse sat on a lonely hill, wrapped in darkness and silence so complete, it felt like the world had forgotten this place existed. Wind whispered through the tall, uncut grass, brushing against the abandoned fence posts like restless spirits. At the bottom of the gravel lane, half hidden in shadow, rested a black sedan with its engine off. Its headlights were dark. Its purpose tonight was darker. Inside the car, Jackson Lambert took a slow drag of his final cigarette, watching the ember glow like a tiny, defiant sun in the pitch-black countryside. He held the smoke in his lungs for a long moment, before releasing it in a tired exhale that fogged up the windshield. He wasn't nervous. He didn't get nervous. But there was something about this job, something about the way the world felt too quiet, too motionless, that made even him pause. He'd never taken a contract this far from the city, never traveled over 3.5 hours downstate into what looked like a forgotten corner of America. The closest town, if the cluster of dusty buildings even deserved that name, was West Knob, population 600, according to the faded green city limit sign. That kind of isolation could be useful, or unnerving. Out here, there were no prying eyes, no witnesses, no help. The moon, a pale orange flame, had finally lifted above the eastern horizon. Once he saw its full glow, Jackson knew it was time. With deliberate calm, he pressed his cigarette into the ashtray, crushing the ember until it died. He slipped on a pair of blue nitrile gloves with the quiet snap of practiced precision and reached beneath his seat. His fingers closed around the cold, familiar weight of his Glock pistol, a tool of the trade, an extension of his will. This job had begun a month ago at Talbot's Bar and Grill in Chicago. Too loud, too bright, too crowded for a meeting like that, but Jackson allowed clients to pick their spots. It made them feel in control. Dorothy Naughton had walked in dressed in a conservative navy dress, hands trembling as she clutched her purse like a lifeline. But when she spoke, she met his eyes with a steady resolve he didn't see often, and she used the 4 words every hitman loved: money is no object. That phrase always meant desperation or determination, sometimes both. The second meeting was the real business. Dante's Motel in Aurora, cheap, forgettable, cash only. Dorothy arrived with a manila envelope containing half of the fee in crisp, banded bills. Inside a second envelope were photographs, her husband's face, their isolated farmhouse, even interior shots of rooms and hallways. She had printed directions from Chicago to the house, like she was preparing a presentation for work. She had even marked the exact location where her husband would be and the time the hit should go down. It was almost unsettling how prepared she was. Most clients gave vague instructions or relied on shaky memory. Dorothy's packet looked like a project she had rehearsed. She also had an airtight alibi prepared. She would be visiting her mother in Chicago during the incident. No suspicion, no loose ends. But before leaving, she shared something unnecessary, something most clients said to ease their conscience. I really do love my husband, you know, but he's very sick, very sick. This will be best for him. Jackson didn't care. Excuses were for people who couldn't sleep at night. Jackson slept fine. Now, walking up the lane, boots crunching on gravel, he felt the weight of rural silence pressing in. The farmhouse loomed ahead, dark against the rising moon. No lights, no movement, just a large, still shape beneath the quiet sky. Exactly as Dorothy promised. The front door was unlocked. Inside, the house swallowed him in shadow.
He moved with confidence, navigating the layout from memory. Dorothy's notes had been so meticulous, he felt like he had already been here a dozen times. Yet something about the place felt wrong. Not dangerous exactly, just unsettlingly empty. For a woman who said money was no object, the place looked barely furnished, almost abandoned. Sparse wooden floors, plain walls, no photographs, no decor. Like the couple lived here only out of necessity. He moved towards the stairs. That's when he noticed the smell. A heavy, musky odor crept into the air. Something animalistic, something unclean, like a men's locker room left to rot mixed with the stench of a kennel. It clung to its clothes, thick and oily. He lifted his gun higher. With slow, cat-silent steps, he climbed the narrow wooden staircase. Each step felt heavier than the last, the air growing warmer, thicker, as if the entire house were breathing shallowly. At the top, he heard it. Breathing. Wet, ragged, struggling breaths. He followed the sound to the bedroom on the right. The door creaked softly as he pushed it open. Moonlight poured through bare windows, painting the room in silver and shadow. And there, lying above the covers, completely naked, was Mr. Naughton. But he wasn't just naked. He was drenched in sweat. His chest heaved violently. His eyes rolled wildly, never focusing, as if he couldn't see Jackson at all. His body writhed and contorted, muscles spasming beneath fevered skin. Jackson felt nothing toward the man. No pity, no disgust beyond professional annoyance. Suffering wasn't his concern. He lifted the gun. "Hello, Mr. Naughton. I've brought you a gift from your wife." 3 bullets rang out. 2 to the head, 1 to the chest. Mr. Naughton fell still. Blood spread into the sheets like ink. Another 3 shots went into the wall behind the bed to stage the break-in. Easy money. Jackson holstered the weapon and turned to leave. But then, he froze. A scream ripped through the room. A raw, animalistic howl of agony that no human lung should produce. Jackson spun around, eyes widening. Mr. Naughton was moving, convulsing, alive. The man rolled off the bed and hit the floor with a sickening thud, yet continued screaming, clawing at the hardwood with blood-slicked hands. Then the impossible happened. A split opened along the back of his neck, skin tearing apart like a stretched sausage casing. Blood poured out as coarse, dark fur pushed through the opening. Jackson fired, again and again, emptying his magazine with sharp, desperate precision. Every bullet hit. None mattered. The thing kept changing, kept growing, kept tearing free of its own human shell. Jackson ran. He made it halfway down the stairs before his foot slipped. The world flipped. Pain exploded in his leg as he hit the bottom step with a sickening snap. His bone tore through his skin. He screamed. Above him, claws clicked against wood. Slow, methodical. The creature, no longer Mr. Naughton, descended the stairs on all fours, drool dripping from massive jaws, eyes glowing with feral hunger. Halfway down, it lunged. Jackson's screams echoed through the farmhouse, swallowed by the night. No neighbors, no passing cars, no mercy. By dawn, there was nothing left of him. And later, when Dorothy Naughton returned home, she would step inside with a soft, sorrowful smile, knowing that she had kept her husband safe, that she had kept his hunger fed. Because Dorothy Naughton loved her husband very much, and every full moon, she made sure he never went hungry.